going on? Yes, it is on StreamYard tonight. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's a little late on Friday today. Okay. A little bit. What's going on, Keith?
Hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How you doing?
I thought I was behind. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot tell time. I got on like,
late.
okay,
I'm late. Uh-oh. It happens. Some days I'm late, you know what I'm saying? This is real life, y'all. Not make pretend I'm on time for anything. Are we going to do? Not today. We're definitely not going to do that. All right, good people. It seems like when I don't start at my regular time, you know, the algorithm doesn't tell everybody at the same speed. But I get it. It happens. Y'all come on in. My friends. We're about to get it in and do what we do. What's up, Shawnee? I don't have my microphone tonight. So that's just getting straight me. What's up, Shawnee? What's up, Beth, Mikey? Just like Candy came through. Delita Joe is in the building. Is that you, Jennifer, Franklin, Beth, May, Michelle? Caution to the wind. Is that the real Roxanne? Or Roxanne Shantae? Or Roxanne? How many of them was? Felicia Brown came to town. 3. What's up, Shawnee? Tressa came through. I see you. Easter Wiley. I think China gonna chime in sometime tonight, or China might be on a date tonight, or she might be in the house. She might be at work. She ain't at work. It's Friday night. China got a date. She's trying not to tell us about it. Librarian came through. What's up, Andrea? Latu Haruna. I know that name is Hawaiian. It has to be. Holly White in the building.
Yeah, I guess I'm going. Hold on.
Say what?
I gotta get some gum.
Yeah. You gotta get some gum. Why? What's up, Star? Yeah. Everybody come on in. Andrea Davis. What's up, Star? Come on in, everybody. Oldie but goodie. Time wasted on the... Yeah, it happened. It happened. We do it. I did it. Yeah, no. Come on in, everybody. Let's get this thing moving. And that's what we're going to do. That's it. On one of those Friday night conversations that we are having here this evening. And before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, can I thank God for another wonderful day?
Yes.
Week, year, life, everything? How about that? For everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Definitely going to have to do that first.
Yes.
Before. You breaking the keyboard over there already? You feeling it? You feeling the spirit? Also, let me thank the members that checked in. You know, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Let me thank the members that come through, show support. The chat that shows support. The chat. You know, all of the gift givers that show support. The sponsorship could go. Could go. Did I tell y'all this lady named Connie Barnes, man? She is incredible. Hey, Connie. Mwah. Yes. Yeah. I said incredible. I've been a sponsor for the last several years, y'all. That woman can sing. So, wow, I did not put a space. Oh my gosh. I just have a special keyboard. I just need to upgrade my computer. That's what it is, you know. I remember, you know how you go into the Apple store, you feeling all preppy, like, yeah, I'm going to give me an Apple computer. You know, no, I want the Pro. I want the Pro. Yeah. And for what? 2 years later, 2 years after buying it, it's the old one.
Yeah. Then they get rid of the other ones. Like, they make it so that's the only one you able to purchase.
Oh my goodness. Terrible, 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 y'all. It is what it is, though. You stay caution to the wind. Must have broken the iPhone. Yeah, I got cracks all in my eye. Both of them. I got 2 of them, cracks all in both of them. Both of them got shields on them and everything. You know, they tell you that, you know, you're buying one of those cases that guaranteed it won't break your phone.
The shell case.
And both of my phones broke. Yeah, so tonight we're gonna start with this. That's right, Roxanne. God is good. Tonight we're gonna start with, are we overusing the word narcissism? Narcissist, narcissistic, devil. Are we overusing the word? What's your thoughts? I want to know y'all thoughts in the chat. Are we overusing the word?
Is somebody else coming on the thing? Like, is it gonna be just 2? I feel like, you know,
because I didn't talk to China yet. I didn't talk to her. You know, she know I be running late sometimes though, but you know, she probably chime in a little later. Yes, indeed.
I think yeah, sometimes. As far as what exactly is a narcissist, I think just really defining what a narcissist is more needed than just overusing it, because somebody can get upset and they can not get their way and they can be like, oh, you're a narcissist, but that's not the case. Like, there are certain characteristics that have to be in place for somebody to really be clinically like labeled as a narcissist or meet the criteria. If we go in clinical, I mean, it's really a spiritual thing, but
a clinical term, or is it a spiritual term? Because it's coming right out of the Bible. So
it's spiritual.
How did the clinic take the word?
And the clinic is underdiagnosed, because when you're looking at what this field is about, like they're trying, there's a very competitive business and they're trying to make money. So when they put labels on people and they look at their diagnosis, a narcissist is going to stop like, oh no, I'm not a narcissist. And you know, so they always try to not use that diagnosis unless it's absolutely necessary. So it's very underdiagnosed, like in the clinic setting. But as far as interacting, yeah, it's definitely narcissism is more than just Jezebel. It's a spirit of Antichrist. Like, it's actually anti-love. It's an anti-love spirit. So a persona. It's more than just, because you got like transparent, you got pneumo spirits, what they call air, and then you got materialized personality, the deities that has taken over bodies, and narcissism is one of those. It has taken the person completely over, like somebody who practiced black magic and they're a witch, and then they are completely taken over by whatever entity they repeatedly summons. That's how a narcissist is. And so their moral compass, or their ability to know right from wrong and do actions that don't cause harm, is gone. They don't have that. The only thing that they have is instinct for manipulation, intimidation, domination. And
That's
they
it.
feel like that's love. They have redefined what love is. And once you start redefining stuff, what actual things are, such as like love, concepts like that, then you start to go into a delusion. So they become delusional, and
Mm-hmm.
they live by that pattern. So their pattern is not like when they say they love you, they say like they're thinking you're the most serving of me right now. It don't have anything to do with any type of like physical connection or loyalty, or
Well,
anything that love is supposed to be. It's supposed to be patient and kind, and not easily angered, and it's forgiving and all of that stuff. They have no mercy. They have none of that forgiveness. It's only self-serving that they have. And I wouldn't say as far as in the world, like when you look at what has been released, I wouldn't say that it's overused, because this power is, say, in these times, like men, they will be lovers of themselves, because we have so much self idolatry, which is also in Christ. That's narcissism, self idolatry, because we have that that's like that ran rampant with social media and stuff. Yes, we have a rise of narcissism. There are more people that their moral compass is gone. It's just not there.
is it that it's gone? Was it ever there?
Some people are like this from birth, and it's based on a family bloodline. So based on that bloodline, I mean, you got some people that do rituals over pregnancies, and those are just wicked. They're just born, for that. But some people, like, this thing is a principality that marries the bloodline. So whatever the great grandparent or whoever made the initial covenant, and it goes to the third, fourth generation, their children are susceptible to being a narcissist or being overcome by this deity.
Right. Right.
It's a bloodline thing.
Well, I want to kind of focus in on a couple of things. One of them being that, again, from the beginning, we've allowed science to redefine what narcissism is after it's already been defined in the Bible. It was already given to us from the Bible, a character in the Bible. But now it's like, hey, science is saying, hey, we can make some money off that. We can diagnose it, and then we can cure it, right? We can medicate it, and so forth and so on. So in my from what I see, because I see it, I think that we don't use it nearly as much as we need to.
When somebody have a Jezebel spirit, then that's narcissism, because anything with self idolatry, when it comes to self, and self comes before whatever God say, yourself is first.
Idolize.
Because even how they, like, when you study linguistics and stuff and language, how the Phoenicians did and everything, everything has a root, even self-esteem. And esteem in Hebrew means glory. So when you're self-glorifying yourself, you're supposed to give God the glory. They have been removing God for so long. I mean, this is way beyond, the country's formation, that now when we're in this generation, nobody even really knows who he is. because they've been slowly just constantly removing him out. So now everything is self-promotion, like promote yourself. You can yourself can ascend, yourself can do this. And all of that language is the same language that Satan speaks, Lucifer speaks, when he said, I will exalt myself as the most high. I will be like the most high. Like he had the 5 eyes. And that's exactly how a narcissist acts. They act just the way that those 5 eyes are. They want to be worshiped. They want to be like the most high. That's what they want to be.
So
that's where we at with it. Like it's just
in
it's
a
not
way
an
that
overuse. We're there.
But the way you become that is to reduce the most high, right?
Yeah,
And that's what
eliminate
I'm just looking up, some verses on the last day. It would be so clear and so evident that you're in and that we're living in that time that you would not be able to not see it. And what I'm looking at, even in that story, even in that verse, is you would not be able to not see it because you would also feel it. You will touch it. You will taste it. You can smell it. Yeah. It makes sense. It will make sense to us that we're in that hour. We're in that hour. And for you to think that, we're in a place where we're overusing this term, when we're really in a time where we're underusing the term tremendously. Right now, none of us can afford to just go out here and, just put your feelings somewhere and, and just roll the dice with it, have to line up. They have to make sense. And when they don't make sense to you, guys, you got to realign. You have to be able to realign. You look at what's going on out here right now in this country. You're seeing exactly what narcissism is right now in real time. We're witnessing it. This dude literally has divided the entire country.
Yeah.
He has just said flat out, this is what I'm doing, and I'm only doing for these states, the people that voted for me, I'm only doing for them. He is literally a disgrace to the country at this point. A disgrace to the country. And I'm saying that because he's showing a level of narcissism. He's showing this is exactly what a narcissistic relationship is. It's I'm gonna do what I want to do for me and mine. But the moment he's not there anymore, and one of the other people in the other party is in power, they expect things just like in narcissistic fashion. They expect everybody to be treated fairly. When they're in power, it's gonna be we doing what we want to do, and that's what it is. And this is how it affects everybody.
It's such a global agenda. Like, I mean, narcissism is this self-idolatry is everywhere. Like it has surfaced. Like there have been other countries like Australia, Africa, like people from all over that are in other groups that are like, man, we're dealing with this so bad, so heavy here, because it's deeper than just people being conceited or influenced by a culture. There has been a release of power, demonic power. These are end time entities that have been released. When they say Euphrates dried up and then you got these other frogs that come out that ain't nobody ever encountered, that's narcissism. Narcissism is one of them. And people are so prideful and haughty and so idolatrous, and iniquity cup is so full right now that this is it. I mean, it's to a point where people have to really rethink themselves and just look in the mirror and like, okay, how am I going to make it? Because AI governance, AI promotes narcissism. AI is such a wicked technology source that the material that it puts out there are things that are not only criminal, but things that when children and other people are watching it, are looking at, or even if it glance past, it desensitizes them to immorality. It desensitizes it starts to chip away at the moral compass, and then it starts to blur the lines between what's right and what's wrong. That's what this is about. Like, this is, AI is extremely wicked, and they have digital twins that only push content that your digital twin wants you to see. Who consented to that? Like, this is a land without, the globe are doing things without boundaries, and the little puppets in office that sold themselves out to the devil. Yes, they're his children. That's what they do. They are also bowing down to another power. Like, this is a pyramid thing. And the European Union, the UN, they 2030 goals, they have a plan. Like, we just had a it's called geomagnetic storm. We just had that when they say northern lights and stuff, right? So that caused a power outage in my area. I don't know who else had a power outage, but we had it knocked the power grid off. So Ohio, they doing some things.
Why is it knocking the power grid out?
Because these are celestial entity. These are gamma waves. So when you're dealing with gamma, you got radiation, you got different types of radiation. When you got microwave, you got, UV waves, all them waves. Gamma, that changes a person DNA. That changes who this existence is. So since these storms been happening, people probably had more headaches. They probably had, more fatigue. They probably had, it caused dysrhythmia. So a lot of heart attacks can happen. A lot of different things can happen to a person during these storms, because we all have magnetic fields. Like, that's who we are, and the earth does too. But these things that they are summoning, because it's happening like right after Halloween, like when they're doing their rituals, is when it enters in, the radiation is so heavy. We need to take iodine. You're either gonna be protected by the blood, and you're gonna have some iodine. That's the physical part, blood, spiritual. Because now that this stuff is entering the atmosphere, we are going to see a wickedness like we've never seen before. I'm talking people eating people, all that stuff. Like, we're gonna see some stuff even at greater extent than what we're seeing right now. 2026, they have a plan.
It's a verse about that things will be so wicked that the hair of a baby would turn gray.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I gotta go back in here, man. I think it's Revelation. Okay. I'm gonna look it up. I ain't gonna just be guessing at the verses. But as you can see, every single day it gets more wicked. It gets more, you feel
right.
The atmosphere, you feel what's going on around you, and you can tell, you can sense that this isn't good, and it's not like it's going to change for the better at some point, because we are where we are. This is what it, this monster, this devil.
See, they rolling out 6G. When you roll out, okay, we got 5G right now. They rolling out 6G. G is gamma. Okay, the G is a Greek letter. You got to understand, like, linguistics and the Phoenicians. So G is a Greek letter. G also is a number. The number for G is 3. So you got 3 6s. Like, all this, every time they saying 6G, that's 3 6. So we got Boston and them just had a conference for 2020.
They keep talking about this 5G. And 5G is too powerful for us. That's radiation. That's like you getting treated for cancer or something.
Yes, everything goes back to right. I've done. People should watch that series on dark matter and dark energy. Check that out. It was hours. I put all kind of research on there.
5G literally is like living inside of a microwave.
Yes.
We can't survive stuff like that. And
they actually got something called gamma coronavirus.
So,
how you have gamma coronavirus?
So you know what that says? It's indirectly telling us that this is the plight of the devil. This is the plight of the devil. And
Yeah.
saying, and that was his promise. I'm gonna destroy them all.
Yeah.
He literally has a
Yes.
diabolical plan to get everybody, because he knows his day is almost
He's
completely
done.
done. He's like, hey man, I'm just trying to get the last of y'all that I can. He know he
Right.
needs to get everybody, but he like, man, I'm gonna get as many of y'all as I can though.
Mm-hmm.
Notice, see, it's always the big scare to
Yeah.
get everybody in big numbers, right? But we not watching how he's grabbing people in small numbers, just one by one. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Day, every year is something new being put out there. Every day, the way people talk, the way everything is going. You look at guys, for y'all who have young children, go to your child's school, man. Go to your child's school, especially if they're in middle school.
Yeah.
Good God, go to that school and just stand outside when they
They
let the
won't let you in.
just stand outside in the afternoon when they let those kids out and look at it. The
Mm-hmm.
level of total chaos that's
Yeah.
going on, and in our eyes, we've been taught they're just acting like kids. They're just being kids. No, they're not.
Mm-mm.
What you're seeing in real time is children who have been developed from elementary school to middle school. They have been taught that nobody has control over you,
Yeah.
except they've been taught you got to respect the police, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to respect your father. You don't got to respect your mother. They can't do anything to you. They
It's
can't.
rebellion. I had to take mine out of there. Like if y'all children still in school, I mean, we at the point we have to start taking them out. Like when I say that there are a lot of witches and warlocks planted in these schools, like even in our district, in the other school, they got this after school Satan program. They are equipped to have children who are children of parents of the occult that are assigned to befriend certain children to draw them to the wickedness. This is so deep at what we're dealing with. We have to really use wisdom and understand where we at in this timeline. 2027, every gone. They gon' people who ain't on the run, they in the half. They ain't even gonna know they in some type of incubator somewhere. Like they are not that agenda, AI governance agenda, humanity done. Like they don't have a use for humans. They keep repeating the same information. They want them
But,
hybrid.
but what does that mean? Let's not just say that. What does that mean? They don't have a use for humans.
That means
What does
they
that mean?
want to have them transhumanized, merged with AI, merged.
Why?
So this gamma stuff,
Let's look at the
like
bigger picture. What it leads up to. Let's look at what it leads up to, because that is the thing that's being pushed on everybody right now.
it lead
AI.
up to the mark of the beast. If
And,
you
and
ain't human, where are you? Because your DNA is your book of life. They said that on the TED Talk. Anybody can look up TED Talk DNA book of the books, and you will see this man pull out a bunch of books, and all they need is a drop of blood, and they can read through there. Everything is in code, and they can say you doing this at this time on this day. That's where they at with this advanced stuff. They can read your books based on your DNA. And most people had blood taken when they was in the hospital being born. So they already know your destiny and stuff. They know what to send your way. They know what algorithms to put to keep you off track. This devil is cunning. You gotta always be one up on the devil. He's cunning. He has been released. This is some stuff that we have never seen because he was suppressed for so long, and it took time for man's intelligence to get to this point. They had to develop CERN in order to get that dark knowledge out of there to in 2012 or
but
2012 to be
you
able
know
to get
what?
AI to do what it's doing.
But you got to look at this also. That's why so many different things are released. When you have,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the industry, the sex industry, you have
Yeah.
the alcohol industry, you have the drug industry. So these are things that are going to occupy your mind,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to appease you so that when they're doing things that are immoral, legally immoral, we don't judge it the same way, because they're
Right.
saying, well, look, I let you, get drunk and get high, and I let y'all, do anything y'all want to do behind closed doors or without doors being closed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add this to it. And you can see, I mean, for like what you was just saying, we're replacing everything with AI. People, man, they get that's what drugs and all of these other things, these vices will do to people. It will
Yeah.
make you docile. It will make you cooperative in a way where they're telling you, we're here to get rid of you. That's the part we don't hear.
Yeah.
We're hearing your job. We're getting rid of your job. Well, if you don't have a job, how are you going to spend money?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's even looking
See,
at how are you
well,
going to spend money, and do you need me to spend money? Because if we really going to be honest about all of this, y'all, if we being honest about all of this, that's just something that's made up.
mm-hmm.
In a world of make believe, because guys, everything on this planet is free.
Yeah.
Everything, and this devil is so wicked and so weak. His plan is so weak. Listen, his plan is so weak that he changes the rules to his own plan daily, every single day, every moment. The,
Daily.
the rules change in his favor, and his world still is finished, is done. He cannot replenish it.
Mm-mm.
He cannot
And
do it.
this is a fixed fight. We just really, you just really got to understand who the enemy is, because when it say in Ephesians 6:12, where he literally said we fight against spiritual host of wickedness in heavenly places. When you break down that word heavenly, it actually means a celestial. So that's the astral. So that means there are some spirits, and it even tell you like they're dead spirits. They doing a bunch of necromancy. They got evil, wicked spirits. They got a bunch of things in the second heaven celestials. He said we wrestle against them. Then we got the rulers of darkness. Those are uh, the ones that are doing the governance and stuff. Those are called the cosmocrato. So there are some powers that are higher ranking that are operating out of these governances. So they have certain, rulership and stuff. And then we got the powers, the demonic spirits that's in people. And then we got, principalities. Those are ones that are in certain areas. And each area has a principality. So even if you were to relocate and like, I'm gonna go and live in Asia or whatever, you about to deal with the little snake thing or whatever that's over Asia, because Satan's kingdom is well set up. He's
Mhm.
not omnipresent. So he has a lot of different little headquarter sites, and each one of them have a wicked assignment. Over on the east side, they quaking all day, every day, including Alaska. But when you look at the USGS, that's how you see how many earthquakes are happening. The earth is quaking. People should wonder, why are we having so much geological activity? Because there are some things expanding like Sheol below, because hell is enlarging herself. Because the wickedness, when you have so many sacrifices and things being made, and people saying that's what they're doing to make music or do things, they say this is what they do. That is wickedness feeding the earth. That is though, and everybody that they put their music out there to are under a spell, because they did blood sacrifices for that. So when we don't understand how we're getting entrapped in certain things or how we're getting under a mind control, we have to understand the root of whoever we're listening to. What are they doing? You never know what somebody else is doing. Trump and them are gone. The
Yeah.
government, they gone. They are sold out. They are something else.
Completely.
People I've talked to that came out of that, them things are something else, and it's all wicked. And they have no mercy, no compassion,
Nah,
no love for no humanity.
nah, nah.
We
And
have
that's
to fight
what I'm
for our
saying.
humanity. Like we have to love, we have to use love instead of hate. We have to use, we have to help each other. Like even when a food crisis, go feed somebody. Like we have to do something that is compassionate or that keeps our humanity. That's one thing that AI and Satan and them synthetic sin things and the giants and hybrids, Nephilim, none of them have is compassion, humanity. They don't have the souls for that. Or narcissists. When we sit here and we dealing with these people that we know are wicked, we asking for the kingdom of darkness to be in our home because they bringing it, the whole kingdom. They were the front line crash dummy, little agents that they was testing on. When they was doing all this demonic technology to see how they can mind control, the narcissists were the front line. They came from this German dude that gave a speech. He literally said it. He was into neurophysics and stuff. He said we use the narcissists because they freely gave up their moral compass. So they were easily able to test out this mind control technology to see how well it worked, to break up families, to break up homes, to make people cold-hearted. This is psychological warfare on a spiritual level. And we have to understand that psyche means soul. They after the soul. They don't care about no money no more. This devil is a lifeless, soulless being, and they need souls.
Hey Keith, that's where I want to go right there. Because that's what we stay caught up in, thinking that, this is about, or we're thinking we're misconceived about what it is about. And we think that, they're concerned about their money. They're showing us money is no real, that's not even real. They print it on a machine. And it's not worth what you think it's worth.
That's it.
They truly don't care about it because they're showing us, no, we're just gonna replace all of y'all with AI.
Right.
And they've already got us to the place where we're already reducing our numbers. We're doing it on our own. We're reducing the next generation. Okay. And that's why this devil thinks that he's in control.
Yep.
That's why he thinks that the plan is working like it's supposed to. Even though the plan is working the way it's supposed to, at the end of the day, we still win. Listen, this devil is a
people need to get some iodine. It's called iodine. I got iodine kids, but it's vitamins. It's only 3.125 milligrams. But remember that Obama movie where he said, leave it all behind, and that guy's teeth was falling out and stuff? That's what radiation does to people. That's radiation sickness. A lot of this sickness that we just had, when you look at how radiation, the side effects of radiation poison do, is the side effects of the thing that they don't let people talk about, that they said they shut the world down for. Iodine helps that because it offsets radiation, but you still have to be protected and covered. Like they have GMO'd everything. It don't matter what you eat. That's why you gotta pray over your food, because it's not even
saying that. When you were just saying that, I was thinking like, man, at the end of the day, how many, if you don't learn how to make that yourself or through a trusted source.
Yeah.
Because if you just buying stuff off the internet or off the grocery store, then you're buying it directly from AI or this same anyway, and it's not going to have any real effect on you.
They got the cows and the plants and stuff with CRISPR decades ago. Like this has been, we are now, I mean, this stuff has been modified for so long. It's you just got to pray over your food, because it's the what they're doing is they're putting so much of this nano in people. Gamma is like way worse than nano, but they put in nanotech, right? We all hear about the nanotech. So if all of this stuff is in the food and we're constantly consuming it, these things are building blocks. They just in the vessels doing stuff, you know, building, finding each other to take over. And it's connected to an entity. They call them demonic plasmoids, which are demons in plasma, but from dark matter. That's what Harvard said. Okay, that was in a whole Harvard research. So when they were capturing cosmic rays in the dark matter, it was demonic plasmoids. So these things are building, and then when they all assemble and come together and they hit a 6G frequency, the 3-6 frequency, it will switch you over to where you are like that movie Get Out, kicked out of yourself, and now this thing is in your body. Because his kingdom needs your soul energy, because that comes from God. Life comes from God. So he can't create life. He got to steal it. So he still needs your energy, your life energy, because we promised 10 years, that's 70 years.
Hold up. Before we start giving people the idea that this devil has power,
he got consensual power.
Say what?
It's consent. So he deceives. So he don't have power, but he tricks us. So we have to know how to.
That is his weapon. So I don't want anybody feeling or thinking that you up against a real deity that has real power. He does not. Death is an angel. So never think for one moment that this devil that we dealing with, this current narcissist, has the power to just take your life. It has to be allowed in order for for anything to take your life.
Yeah.
It has to be allowed. We're not going to give this deity any power. It's the power that it has is deception.
Deception is the power.
It has mastered deception.
And they would deceive you. It's like the vampire that you let into your house. When you let it in your house, it take over, because it has to have permission. You got to have covenants, contracts, and consents. That's why they put everything out in Hollywood. Like one of these deities was speaking even at that dude's concert. Like, I did such a great job. I let them know, like, I'm going to take their soul. I did this in the art. Like, everything was like a contract, a consent. The more that they walked into the area where he was performing at. And he was like, so I get to keep them. You know, these are the way that these things talk when people go to get set free, because they do try to, you know, there are people who seek out deliverance, but when they get set free, these things speak out of them and they be like, I get to keep this body because I got legal right. And you got to tell them, no, like they turning on you, you coming out, and they do got to come out. But there is still an army. Like, we still got a merciful God who reign on the just and the unjust. There is an army that like no other. He showed me them cherubims and everything. They fighting on our behalf. That's why sometimes you might see these stars falling out the sky and making little meteorite things or whatever, but they fighting. And you know, they got fire swords and everything. It's a fixed fight, and he gonna fight for humanity. God just trying to get as many souls to get it together so he can, you know, get them, and this is done. Because he's Satan is like that.
I'm gonna jump in with a different perspective. You know, my thought is always gonna be on, man, God ain't thinking about this devil like that. Like, man, I'm gonna show you, and has said it, that the least of mine will be greater than the best of his. Meaning, and I ain't got to come up here. I mean, it did when the devil tried to take over heaven. God, he wasn't fighting God. God, like, I'm not about to. Like, get real, man. That ain't a fight. That ain't a fight. How you gonna fight God? That ain't a fight. He just said, okay. The rest of the angels swept them on out of there like it was nothing.
That's what they do.
You know,
and everybody assigned an angel. Is people are conjuring through deception. They're conjuring these things up. That's the only way they even got to this level. They're conjuring them up. Humans got authority over the earth. So when they conjure them up, like say, okay, we're going to use the narcissist since we on the topic. When they decide to manipulate and they decide to use their seduction and stuff. They're conjuring up Jezebel, Ishtar, Isis, Lilith. These are the powers, principalities that gives them that power to be able to get in the mind of somebody. So when they keep conjuring these powers up, after so long, the power just take over them. They don't even need them no more because it's gonna run on automatic because they mind don't even seek God. It's like they go into a reprobate state. And that has been done a lot through all of these things, these covenant contracts, deceptions, things that we watch, psychological warfare, that a lot of people don't realize that they have consented and their body has, where our bodies are temples, have invoked these things to be here on this earth. And that's where truth come in. So the more that they get the truth, they know the truth will set them free. They'll start thinking like, wait a minute, I notice I'm doing this, this, and this. I want to stop that. Then they angels start working for them because they angel there, he helping, he keeping them alive. You know, everybody out here still breathing, but they can only do what they human like want them to do. Like everything is there's free will.
That's right.
So it's like you can only, you know, if you free will choose to reject God, you can free will choose to reject them. You can free will choose to say, nah, Holy Spirit, I don't know. I'm not gonna deal with you like that. He's a gentleman. He's not like Satan. Satan gonna force his will. He gonna whatever it by default. Like, oh, he let you go. Oh, I'm moving in. That's how he gonna do. So we just have to be mindful and we have to really understand what we're dealing with when we're dealing with narcissists and people who have traits and everything, because the narcissist full blown is not the only one sent to destroy your life. Toxic people are destroying lives as well. And they might not meet clinical criteria for narcissism, but that spirit is still operating and it's still a setup.
And also, again, it didn't come from science. It came straight out. It came straight out the Bible. So what we cannot do is allow society to try to redefine who the devil is, what the devil is, because that's how this joker stays hidden. Listen, the most power he has is you not knowing who he is and what he can do to you. My man, brother Hype Man, thanks for that super chat, champ. Hype Man said, behold, I give you the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions. He ain't talking about a snake over there in a hole somewhere or a scorpion in the desert. He talking about the devil.
Yeah.
And over all the enemy. And nothing shall be by any means hurt you. Brother Hype Man.
Yeah. And we have to, even when battling these things, because they be tripping, they do stuff. And I'm telling you, like when you sit there and you know how this go down, all you got to do is tell them like, nah, you're not doing this here. I banned you up. You about to go in Jesus' name. And it flees like that. It cannot stay when you have and you use your authority in who God is, because all you got to do is speak his name. Like they tremble at his name. He transcended all timelines. He shut everything down. When he died, he didn't say like this is beginning. He said it is finished. Then he looked at the devil. After he stumped him out, he was like, bruh, I'm about to do you better. My kid's about to handle you. That's how much I'm telling you, the devil is on the run. We have to use wisdom, because that deception, he will trick us into idolatry. If he gets you into idolatry.
Look, ain't that what he's doing right now? Tricking
narcissism.
Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. Like he really is the power. He is not. He is not the power. But that's how he is set up with this mind control, with deception. Really, what it is deception.
It is. Everything is deceit. He's a spirit. He deceiving them. He deceiving his own kids. They don't even know what's going on.
They don't. That's the thing. When you
They
listen to
promoting AI that's for their destruction. They like, well, we're just gonna keep listening to them. Now they got AI assist. Now they got an AI that they said about to check the other AI. How a kingdom divided against itself gonna stand? He literally said that does not happen. So all of that is happening in the news is distraction. But we have to know when you pray over your food and stuff, that's gonna cleanse it. This demonic particles and
I mean,
stuff,
you
it
know what,
still
though?
have to surrender to
You know what?
prayer.
One thing, another thing that we don't pay enough attention to is that the food that we eat.
Mm-hmm.
This devil knows we have to eat food that's on this planet. And he has done everything humanly possible, devilly possible,
Yes.
to take every nutrient, every trace of a nutrient, and extract it from everything we eat.
Mm-hmm.
He has put stuff in the air we breathe every day.
Yeah.
It's full of dis-ease, full of it.
Mm-hmm.
So everything you drink, everything you eat, everything you breathe, is poison. This devil is saying, I'm going to be in every corner, and every
Yeah.
day I'm going at you, because misery loves company, and this devil does not want to deal with the consequence that is coming with what he has to go through. And his time is here right now. His
Yep.
time is here right now. And he said, I got to get as many of y'all as I can. The birth
Mm-hmm.
rate over the entire planet, on the entire planet, the birth rate, guys, man, it's
Oh my
crazy.
goodness. I seen this thing. I seen this stuff under the microscope. Well, not even just the microscope, even in a sonogram. I seen how it attacks the fetus, man. The stuff that they are doing is so evil and sinister and psychopathic. Like they are like evil, evil, evil people. And it's this what we have to do. We have to really understand, because he even talked about, the thing that caused the stumbling block. That's idolatry. God will he be so merciful. He will hook people up. He do so many good things for people. Once you do idolatry, I mean, he just like that's slapping him in the face. He said he would never share his glory with another. He said Baal and Nebo bow to him. Baal is the one that America is serving. That's the one that the world is under. Baal and Baphomet and them, Nebo and all that, the science, wisdom. So he say all of that stuff. He said they bow to me. He said Leviathan begs my slave. Orion, the one up in the sky, he said can y'all lose his bands? No. This is how God taught people should read Job 38 through 41, because they won't ask God no more questions, because he'd be like, who are you? Where was you when I created the earth? When I made the water to tell it you can only come this far. He said, why do I put the eagle's nest so high? God's sovereignty, he don't play with idolatry. When the enemy, when you start loving the created thing more than the creator, he is who he is. And so that the stumbling block to be able to curse Israel was idolatry. First, it was strange women, sexual immorality. They put the Jezzies in there. This is in the book of Numbers, chapter 22. You can read that. First they put them in there because the false prophet couldn't curse God's people. You can't just go around and doing stuff to humanity. There's a covering. There was a spark of life for all humanity. But when he said, all right, we can't do that, but we can start getting them engaging in idolatry, that'll remove the covering. That was the stumbling block. That's the same thing he used today. Narcissists are idolatry, like any narcissist. So you can be like, well, we going to church and they getting their life changed. No, that's your idol. When you thinking about that more than God, that's your idol. God ain't playing with no idols. He said dethrone all your idols, even if they're a person.
And you know what else? You think about this. God gave us this planet. Man, think about how God gave Adam and Eve the garden, which is basically this planet. Do what you want to do. Don't mess with this over here.
Right.
Don't mess with this fool over here. Okay?
Yeah.
And you think about it. God gave us and gave everything on this planet, water, food, everything that we need is here. It's been
Yes.
provided to us, right?
Yep.
God gave it to us, and then now the devil's selling it to us.
Took it from us.
And want us to think he's the creator of it.
Yeah. But everything that they doing is necromancy, is death. That's a death kingdom. So they immortality that they trying to achieve is to turn a person that Jesus said life. They trying to get them back to death because we became new creations and Satan couldn't touch that one. And so he like, now I got to get them back to the way that I need them to be so I can enslave them and use their soul energy. That's all he want to do. He just want our souls. He already know his time is done. He just, you got them people like the narcissist, misery, love, company. I already know where I'm going. I just need to take as many people down there too, because they gonna suffer too. That's how Satan roll. That's what he doing.
That's what this is all about. Because you think about it. It ain't about money. It ain't about money.
No.
He makes money. Money. What is money? What is it? Something they put in. They created on the machine.
They just made it up.
Give it to us so that they can control. It's a mechanism of control. The reality is, when you really break everything down, the reality is that, man, we're buying stuff that's free.
That's our stuff. He promised.
It's already been given to us, and we're paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the devil, anywhere this devil go, everything that he touch, everything that he do, and this goes for every narc out there. Everything that they touch, everything that they do, man, it gotta fail because they have a mind that won't allow things to be successful.
Mm-mm.
They won't allow it to be successful. Even when it looks like it's successful, the way their mind works, everything about them is all about greed. It's about stealing. It's about how they can take more, how they can make people more miserable, how they can deceive and trick you. It's like, I want you to buy, I want to trick you out of something. These apples, they used to be a tree in your yard and you should be able to eat them plentiful and easily. But no, I want to be able to trick you into purchasing those apples and oranges, those fruit, even though you can buy them or you can grow them right into your house. They were growing all through our neighborhoods all of our life.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody said, well, we know who said, the devil came through with it. And now we're in those days. We're here.
Yeah.
We're in the final hour with this devil.
Yeah. And they have their plan. Like you got 2026. They about to do some stuff. This is going to be a very uneventful year. So everybody just need to be prepared not to depend on them. Then you have 2027. AI is the governance. Okay. AI is giving them instructions. They've been talking to the celestials through channelers, but now they say they don't need the channelers. Those are people who had occult bloodlines that they would channel these spirits into their bodies, and they was getting instructions through them. Now they just using the AI, so they don't even have to go that route anymore. But these things was saying, we are about to annihilate y'all. Like, we have more power. They doing all of this stuff now. Mind you, they're liars. They're not. If they had the power to do that, they would be doing it right now. But they cannot do that because God's people still here. So there's nothing that they will be able to do because the authority is not given to them. It was taken from them. So they have to keep trying to get you to use their things, keep getting more terms and agreements. But we have to be mindful now, even when we're using this technology. Like TikTok, when they became Oracle or whatever, and now they having this stuff where they are taking people's image and likeness. And even when you're like making a video, if you're using their AI things, that AI, even this girl had a video, she wasn't even talking, but her AI was making faces and looking at her. That's some crazy stuff. Looking back at her, smiling, doing all this stuff.
I'm seeing that now, just like with your cell phone. People didn't notice that cell phone has slowly become your best friend. You feel like something is wrong if you don't have that phone on you, right? Now they got programmed. Well, they've had them for a while, but I'm noticing people using that phone to have a conversation with it. The phone is now having conversations with you. I saw, and it's having real conversations, and it's saying all kinds of stuff. And I saw this the other day on a viral video where a woman was talking about how her son was talking to AI about a baseball game.
Yeah.
And then it all of a sudden started to say explicit things to a little child.
Yes, that's what they're doing.
It turned perverted. And the lady started talking about, I was like, yeah, there it is. So you got to look at this, guys. I know it's hard to really kind of conceive it this way because we're being taught without even seeing it. We're being taught subconsciously that we should trust all of this information around us, the computer screens that we're looking at. We're being taught to trust all of this stuff. And what we're not seeing is that, guys, this is how this devil is hiding. And this is how he's saying, I'm going to deceive you. And for everybody that he can deceive with this, you're going to just be like, oh, wow, I didn't know that that's what was going on. And that's why we have people like us to at least try to help you see what's going on out here. I know that we get tripped out and clipped up when it comes to the relationship situation. But God, this thing is bigger than the relation. This situation we're dealing with the narcissist is bigger than just that bad relationship you in now.
Yes.
We know how to solve that situation, and that's no contact.
No contact. You got to leave. You have to leave a narcissist. When we at the stage now in this, the narcissist is only being used as a setback. They are totally hackable. Anytime they want to know what's going on in that household and they got a narc there, that material called graphene, that demonic black goo, it attaches to wicked souls, like wicked iniquity. They call it's black goo stuff, and it's literally they accessible. So whether they got the or not, they so wicked that stuff is already in them, attachable, and they already are hackable and programmed. So if they want to access them, they'll do the phone, whatever they want to do, send a frequency, and they just say start an argument with that person. They're going to do that. Everything they're going to do is going to be wicked. That's why the narc be like, oh my gosh, I don't, they be all over the place because they are hacked at all times to cause chaos, destruction, to completely take people out because they don't want to repent. They don't want God. They don't. Everybody is offered. If you ever really paid attention to the narcissist, they completely don't want him. It's rare that one will get out, and it does happen here and there, but their life is completely different. They're not sleeping around. They gave all of that stuff up. Everything that the world offered, they gave it up. And that's what it takes to come out of that. You got to give Jesse everything back to her. I don't want none of your stuff. I'm dethroning you. I don't need nothing from you. And you got to start a whole new life. That's how you detach from that thing. But the narcs, they feel like it's all deception. They feel like they get too much benefit out of this wicked gift that they have to seduce and manipulate. So they don't stop. And they take over people's mind, they destroy them, and they get pleasure out of it. It literally glows on a brain scan.
Their job is the same job, which is to alter your reality.
Yeah.
To continuously jab at you until they have altered your reality.
They got to get you on a lower frequency. The lower frequency psychology all they do is treat psych is soul. So it's just a field for the soul. They get you, the only things that they treat is demons. Okay, and you can't medicate demons. So people stay chronically ill. Okay, they stay chronically depressed, chronically anxious, chronic insomnia, chronic bipolar, chronic mania. All of that stuff is because the root, they say, oh no, it's this and it's that. They don't get to the root. They don't say this is a whole demon that you need to cast out. They don't say you need to change your life or come out of sin. They don't tell you that stuff. They don't tell you about the power of the cross, because he took on all of that. And that's the reason why he had to die, so that you would not be tormented. They don't tell you that stuff. They tell you, oh, it's okay, just take this and take that. Those are taken over. Like, that is the whole purpose of them, is to keep people bound to this Babylonian demonic system and be okay with it. You don't ever see them treating joy. They're not treating peace. There's no medication for happiness and love, unconditional love. They're not treating those things. Those things are on a different frequency. The narcissist operates on a death frequency. And when they come to you and they constantly chipping at your nervous system, putting you down, doing this push pull, doing the breadcrumb, doing whatever they do, when they do that, they're bringing you down. If you were like happy and all of that stuff, by the time you deal with them, after some days to weeks, it don't even take that long. Now your man ziggity boo. Now you depressed, you crying, you sad, you ain't looking the same, you ain't going to work, things are collapsing around you. All of that stuff has now brought your frequency, because they stole blessings. Blessings are being stole by their kingdom. They are the ambassador for the kingdom of darkness to come and rob you. And they doing all of that. And now you jacked up. That's what narcissism is. They done sent this agent with this attractive face. Some of them ain't even attractive, but some of them might be, for a little bit if you in a cloud. And then, they might have a certain shape here and there. That's it. The evil that comes with that, once you see that, you gonna be like, I don't care how you look.
No, you're right.
It got contaminated. I don't want nothing toxic coming to me. I don't want nothing falling out for nothing.
But look, not only that, no matter what, you can stay with a narcissist. You can, try to build with them, and you will have some level of success. But it will fail.
Yeah.
It definitely will fall, because everything they touch fails. Everything they touch falls.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to, when I say success, I'm just talking about you're going to graduate to other levels, to higher levels. But the higher you go, the more disappointing your life is going to be with a narcissist, because you're showing that, wow, in my life, I'm able to continue to gradually build myself up and build the situation up. But at the same time, I'm not feeling happier with this person. I'm not feeling any level of achievement with this person. I'm not feeling a level of understanding. I'm not feeling a level of love, a level of a standard of living.
Right.
You're not going to ever have that peace of mind, that peace in life. You're not going to ever have that reciprocity that we all need. You're never going to see that a true happiness is for as long as you're dealing with that level of energy. You're never going to feel like it's safe out here. It's safe in my home. Those are things that you never get to enjoy. You're not going to enjoy a level of peace, a level of happiness, because everything around you, it's going to be tainted. And everything around you, guys, y'all really got to listen to this. This is, to me, the most important part of this statement is, guys, no matter what, everything you do, everything you touch, everything you build, and I mean everything. I need y'all in the chat saying everything on this. I promise I'm about to give y'all a gem right here. I'm giving you a gem right here. I want everybody to put right now, just go in the chat, okay, and put everything. Just the word. Let me put it in there myself. Every. Okay. Everything, not some things. Everything,
Right.
not most things. Everything you achieve with a narc, everything that you do with the narc, guys, it has a time stamp on it.
It
And it's
does.
going to fail.
Yep.
Some point, that house you got with the narc, it's a time stamp on that.
Yeah.
You hear me? I know y'all think that.
Supernatural things happen with them. Supernatural things. Car accidents. Or a point where you like get pulled over and somehow the insurance wasn't paid. Or it's like some type of ticket or something they got themselves into, or some type of shenanigans, or something going on with the credit, or something going on with the children, something. It's always chaos. Chaos.
Everything that you
It's
do,
never good with them. We think it's
everything you
good because
touch,
we get deceived.
everything that you cook, everything you eat, everything you drink, everything you do with them has a time stamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
You will never be able to achieve any level of permanence for as
Right.
long as you are dealing with somebody like that. Your
Yeah.
life will never have security in it. You will never achieve security. You will never feel secure in a relationship with one of them. You will.
Because the power that dominates them, the principality, is chaos. They have chaos energy, and they use sex magic and stuff. You're not with them because you're in love. You're with them because you're in lust. You've been bewitched. That's it. And every time it gets so bad, then they try to razzle dazzle you or do something in the bedroom or whatever to kind of just reinforce the spell. But it's horrible. The only thing with a narcissist is familiarity. That's it. That's the only thing you get, because you're dealing with familiar spirits. You're dealing with spirits that have been in the bloodline, and dealing with this person, as bad as they are, has been familiar, and it has taught you to be able to complain. Like, they have created a mini me that don't even realize they're a mini me, because anytime you're talking to people about this, you're putting out negative energy. Like, you're speaking negative. Everything we speak blessings or curses. So when you're speaking out negativity and stuff, you're actually speaking out curses. Those curses are going everywhere, even to your own life. I can't take this no more. I can't do that. You speaking your own breakdown upon yourself. This person make me sick. Oh, now you about to be infirmity and sickness. This is how slick and deceitful this devil is. He gets you to word curse yourself, because every time you're dealing with this thing that you then made it with or whatever, it's always something negative that you are talking to somebody about, because you can't believe this is happening.
That's
And if
right.
you ain't got nobody to talk to about it because they done ran everybody away, you start talking to yourself about it. You just be sitting in the house like, I can't believe that this person make me sick, and blah, blah, still cursing yourself. He's still cursing. He got you cursing yourself, and it ain't even nobody to communicate with to do the curses with. You doing it with yourself.
There you
That's
go.
how bad a narcissist will get inside your head, because this is all psychological warfare. And you will still be sitting and trying to figure out something with something that is destroying you. It got people so delulu and ziggity boo that they are still trying to somehow put the pieces together for their own demise, their own destruction. Like, you're falling off the cliff, turn around. They still be like, I just got to take one more step. I just got to take one more step. I think this time they doing this, they doing that. The cliff, you're going to be done, and then you trailing the children off the cliff.
That's right,
And
man.
at a
Again,
season where we gotta be done with that. Like, that's just let the idols go. They not let them go. If you want to pray for them, do it. God help them.
well,
Let
the
them.
thing about it is, whether you let them go or let it go, you know, it doesn't really matter. They going.
It don't. They never go. It's so many. These Hoovers is horrible. They horrible. And
It
they
does.
literally will come and really feel like, yeah, like, and try to say a flirt word like destroyer. Like, oh no, like please don't. And they still, got the same hot breath. So ain't nothing changed there. They will still knock you out. You just gotta you gotta understand you were set up. You gotta take that hit. Like I got set up. I was deceived. I lied to myself. I tricked myself. And you gotta own that, and then you gotta rebuild and move on, and you got to live your best life, because with them you would never live your best life. They're going to reach out. That demon will have all kind of resources released to them so they can get back into your presence, because they want to these are souls. You are a soul. The devil don't want to
Yes.
lose souls. He's trying to
Yes.
collect souls.
Trying to get rid of as many as
Yes.
possible, knowing that always known his day is limit, has a time stamp.
Yeah.
The same way, guys, y'all gotta take this home with y'all for the weekend. Okay, you gotta take this home with you for the weekend. The same way that the devil knows his day and his time is limited, you got to know the exact same thing applies to you and anything you do with a narc.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time limit on it. You will, I don't care how much y'all achieve. I don't care what the situation is. It started. It started with a time stamp on it. And we so out there that we think that we can change that date,
Yeah.
extend that time, and we cannot. You cannot extend that
There
time.
was a demonic plot from the beginning. When I say they know your destiny, they know how this stuff rolling out. The devil knows. The narcs were sent. They were not, it wasn't a chance meeting that you just happened to meet this person. They were sent in your life in a specific timeline to offset your destiny. One person will offset your entire destiny. That's how cunning this devil is. When you think of how a pimp does, and the devil is a trickster. Do not get it wrong. He is a trickster. The
Mhm.
narcs are his biggest tricks. Like they tricks that make tricks. This is what they do. And tricks, they be like, tricks ain't for kids. I'm telling you, everything be in the language. This is how it is. They will send these narcs out, and everybody be like, well, it looked like the narc winning. It looked like they taking this one out. They doing this. Why would the devil give up their biggest whore, their biggest prostitute? If we talking pimp game, we talking pimps here. Why would he lose his biggest one? How many souls are they recruiting? This ain't about love. We looking like they got a new supply. They got a new supply. They got this supply and that supply. Got us over here gossiping. We got to get rid of that. Don't need to do that. You shouldn't even be knowing what the narc doing. Once the devil leave your life, close the door, seal it with the blood. Do not let the devil be coming in, and surely don't be trying to see what the devil doing. The devil doing what devils do. They destroying lives.
That's
That's
it.
what they're doing. And you get it. I mean,
It-
you already know how they work. You was front and center.
Come
So when
on.
seeing all of this, the devil is pimping out. They gonna pimp this body out until they take it down where it gotta go. That's what they're doing. This body has said, I will be a temple for you, Satan. Okay, that's what it did. Just like we say, I'm gonna be a temple for you, God. Jesus, you are my temple. Like, Holy Spirit, let's do this. They did the same thing with the devil. They got them some little demonic power. It's up to us to protect ourselves. When we see the manifestation, you glitched. That's it. You can't work it out with a glitch.
You can't.
They done. They didn't already show.
That's
Something
it.
happened and it glitched, and it was like, okay, like something ain't lining up, and it hurts. If you compassionate and you're a loving person, yeah, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna go through that pain.
Yeah.
If you keep doing it over and over and over, and you keep seeing the same glitch, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's how this about to go down. Because now you about to go around this mountain, going around this mountain. When she comes, that's what you're about to be doing, because you're going around a mountain trying to fix a devil that's a whole devil. You can't do nothing with that.
There you go. You're not going to be able to do that, for first of all. And second of all, everything. So, guys, I'm saying this to give you fair warning. For all of y'all that got a car with the narc, for all of you guys who have a home with the narc, for all of y'all who have children with the narc, guys, everything that you have that's connected to them has a timestamp on it. Meaning, at some point, it's going to be taken from you.
Yeah.
At some point, it will be taken from you. Some have longer timestamps than others. But the one thing that is definitely for sure in every single case, every last one of us who's dealt with that type of person, that type of energy, guys, every last one of everything that you've ever achieved with them, everything you have with them, it has a timestamp on it. And yeah, you can go over and say, well, look, you know what? I'm good for having this home for, 60 days and then everything in it falls apart. If you happy with it, then, do your thing. But it's only fair to let everybody know, no matter what you achieve, no matter what you think y'all have achieved together, what y'all think y'all about to do, you're not.
That's it. It's gonna fail. It cannot see, because when you dealing when God spoke, everything He spoke already existed. All of our lives, everything existed when He said in the beginning. Like everything, God is so infinite when He speaks. Everything is already how it is. There's a divine law. They are operating under a curse. You cannot bless what God has cursed. There's no blessings that can come to that. So every time you like giving money to them, you giving this to them, you putting them on status, you doing all of this stuff, you speaking love, you giving them all these accolades, you doing all of this stuff. All you doing is sowing your blessings into the demonic kingdom, and they gonna take everything. Them demons is taking everything, because how do you think the elite got money? They ain't blessed. They steal the inheritance from the righteous. That's what they do. They trick and they deceive, and then all your stuff gets sold into that kingdom. You constantly sowing into that kingdom, paying money into the demonic kingdom. I need your narc a little bit more time, because remember, he a pimp. Okay, you just renting this narc out. Ain't nothing, this transactional. So you need the narc a little bit more. So you putting more money into that kingdom, more of your blessings into that kingdom, into a cursed kingdom. And then you can't curse what God has blessed. So once you're out of that and you are operating and walking your calling, let somebody come for you. Because God gonna handle it. As long as you handle it right, humble yourself. Don't be trying to do things and do all that. Still stay in Him. Don't, when the narcissist gone and they trying to engage and get you to react, don't go into reactive abuse. That's what the devil need. He got to get a crack. He need to get you upset, angry, cursing, and doing all that so he can rob you. When you stay humble and quiet, you be like, all right, I'm gonna let that chill. I'm gonna just stay in God. Ain't nobody about to curse you. That's a battle that they demons, they principalities don't even want to fight. That's why even with this governance stuff, this enemy, no, he can't just take over everybody's mind. He can't mess with certain people. That he got to deal with them angels. They not playing with him.
And also, he not gonna try nothing like that because it's too big. It's too big of a project, and it would show and it would alert everybody to who exactly is playing what role. So, I see.
You gotta deceive and be like, oh, ChatGPT is this, and oh, this is that, and this one is this, and it's all the same thing. Just like they had many names for the same sun god, moon god, and Tammuz thing. Nimrod and them. Nimrod, Samurai is Tammuz. That's the root of every pagan origin.
There
and
you
people want to look that stuff up. But they done brought the Nimrod thing here. So we dealing in America, but we just gonna handle it.
That's it, man. You absolutely have to. I mean, that was definitely a word in here tonight. Guys, I'm sorry we started out a little late, but hey, man, we still made it to the place we needed to make it to. You dig?
Yes.
And honestly, I know that we usually get more into the relationship portion, but we definitely got to keep spreading it out further and further because guys, this thing is right on our heels right now.
Yeah.
This thing is right on your heels, and you gotta know where your power lies. Because
Mm-hmm.
the bottom line is we all are still going, just because you know what they are and you can start to see them and everything else, they're still going to come into your life. They're still going
Yeah.
to try to wreak havoc. So you still going to need instruction no matter what. And I want y'all to take this with y'all tonight, man. If you don't take nothing else from me, man, understand that everything you touch with them got a time stamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you touch, everything that they sell, every dream they selling you, it all has a time stamp on it. And Keisha just said it a minute ago. You cannot, guys. We get so wrapped up thinking I'm gonna help them with this. I'm gonna do this for them. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You
Yeah.
cannot bless a curse.
No.
You cannot bless a curse. That person is cursed, and they're cursed on the fact of that is their works. Their hand brought forth their curse. Their work brought them their curse. You cannot undo that.
No.
Only their work.
Yeah.
What you doing with tonight? Because you don't
I
drop
don't
the whole.
even with like even when we talk about like are we overusing it, we have to really see if narcissism is antichrist. Anybody, the only way that you are immune, completely to this deity is if you walking in Christ. He's love. He's the only one who conquered all of this. And come with him, because it say cursed is a man that hangs on a tree. There's a reason why he had to be crucified on a cross. It's because he took the curse that we was born into because of the bloodline, because of generations. He took that on himself. And he was always with God. He was his right hand. His name is Yehoshua. So he's God's salvation. He was in creation. He was always present. He was the one who was always walking when he, met with Abraham, when he was on the mountain talking to Moses. Like it was always him, the word of God that was, made into the image of God until he came in flesh as a body to take on our sin. So now that has happened, we get the Holy Spirit, which is also the very breath of God. So this thing has been working. That's why it's Elohim, plural, God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You can't separate it because it's all energy. It's all frequency. And this thing has been working for our benefit, and we need him. And to have him, the Antichrist, narcissist, cannot come in where that fire is at. They're not even going to want to be around you. When you got the fire of God, because it said the Holy Spirit was coming, when Jesus was talking, he said, I'm going to send him, and he come to convict the world of sin, because that's the truth coming. And when he convicts the world of sin, he judges the principalities. They will be judged. And because they're judged, and that has already been done, they cannot have any power. In Colossians, he said he disarmed all of their powers and things. That's why he kept saying, who has bewitched you? Why are you serving these elemental primordial beings that they're calling them? Why are you being enslaved bound? And he defeated them. He made a public spectacle of them, disarming them and stripping them of all their powers they can have to enslave humanity. So we have that in our favor. And these narcissists that come around, when you really walking in your light, you gonna find out who working with a spirit of Antichrist and who not, because they're not gonna want to talk to you. They're not gonna want to approach you. Them demons inside tremble at his name, and because the light of Christ is seen in the spirit realm, they cannot be around you. It's uncomfortable because they will get cast out if they stay too long and you walking in your call. But we have to understand, when people free will choose idolatry, they free will choose the curse that comes with that. Narcissists free will choose self-idolatry. They free will choose. A lot of them practicing some other kind of dark arts. They probably into some, new age or something, something they doing that's witchy. They into something witchy. They usually like that. And so something that they can say that they do this act and it empowers them, an external act other than Christ. That's what that is about. So when they do that and all of this other stuff going on, notice they pick who they serve. We can't save them. We can be the light for them, but then that seed is planted and you move on. And then because if you stay attached to it, it's not gonna work anyway, because this is now idolatry, and that goes against the divine law. So you have to detach from it and let God do what he gonna do, and you gotta move on. It ain't let God do what he gonna do so he can put y'all together. No, you got to move on because that was your idol. And then you got to see what do God have for your life, because the only thing the narcissists have is destruction. These hoovers are coming. Yes, they use the children. They weaponize them. They will do whatever it takes to get back into whatever hook they need to put in you to get a soul. Because if you get away, Satan is kicking a butt in a man. That is torment happening. There is all kind of catastrophes happening. They got to do whatever it takes, because them demons turn on them when they lose one that God had his hand on. The assignment is you. And when we understand what our assignment is and what our call is, we got to know who to align with God, so we can walk away and be okay and reach out to them lifelines. I get tricked too. We all get deceived. We are human. I have human emotions. I would get tricked up. I got to call people like, hey man, am I tripping? And I do that. I do that accountability, because beyond anything, I know that I can still have a blind spot because of the patterns that have happened. And I had a line of narcs. So I got to do that. And then you got to be willing to say, all right, God, I'm going to give everything to you. I'm going to still walk with you. And he got it from there. Because it's wrapping up. So I just want to leave y'all with that. Don't do none of them hoovers. They don't mean nothing they say. They just don't want to go to the other supply family house. So they're going to do whatever it takes to make that supply mad. So I'm about to call baby daddy, baby mama, somebody, because that's going to make them mad. And they're going to say, I'm doing this for my kids. We know how this go. They did it when they was with us. So leave them with their daddy, the devil. Pray for them. Maybe they'll get it. I don't know. They got about a year or two. That's it.
I don't think they got that long. I think that, it's a wrap, y'all. I mean, Keisha was right. Of course, y'all can see they coming. It's holiday time. They on the way in. They gonna be trying to see if you in the holiday spirit, if you gonna, feel a little better and easier to deal with to let somebody in. You're gonna be tried. You're gonna be tested. That's a part of growth. That's a part of life. The one thing I want to let y'all know, man, leaving out of here today, man, the biggest part of this for me tonight was, man, you cannot bless a curse. So you better stop. I needed to hear that 5 years ago. I needed to hear that 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You cannot bless a curse. You hear that? You cannot bless a curse. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be the one that finishes first in that. Mm-hmm. Everything you do with them, everything you touch, everything you purchase, everything you covet. Okay, you can marry one of them. Just understand it has a timestamp on it.
Yeah.
If we being honest, a marriage to a narcissist don't even have a begin date on it. No. You will never feel married. No. Be your wedding night. You wondering if they coming home or not. You will not, man. You cannot bless something that is cursed.
Yeah.
Cursed through its works. Their work requires that they are cursed. And you just want to give them some of your good energy to try to undo their curse. Nah, you're going to feel the pain of it. That's all you're gonna get out of it. Guys, what I want to leave y'all with for the next week, man, I want y'all to really think on this. Okay. I want you to really think on this. Everything you touch with them, buy with them, do with them, eat with them, drink with them, breathe with them, touch, taste, smell, everything has a time stamp. It has no permanence. Nothing you do with them has any level of permanence. All right. And that's how we're going to leave y'all out of here tonight. The same way we came in here, with nothing but love, peace, and soul train. So I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for coming in here tonight, dropping that word on us, Keish. It was incredible. I think
guys, time to be here next week, right?
Man, tonight, guys, I think I'm gonna have to rewatch this myself because it was some gems. It was some gems really dropped in this conversation tonight, man. You cannot bless somebody that's cursed by their works.
Yeah,
you can't do it.
Will.
You can only curse yourself. Okay, yeah. You blessing them, you cursing yourself.
And that devil will handle you. He couldn't wait. He like, oh, a chosen one on my turf. Oh, I'm about to mock this one. They can't wait.
And that's what we're gonna revisit that conversation because that may just be that other portal, that other door that they need to open. Another way for them to open you up for that curse. Yeah. You're weaponizing your loving heart and your giving heart, trying to help them, cursing yourself.
Yeah.
Whoo, man. Something to think on, y'all. All right. Good night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. We see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.